Continuing my Q&A sessions, people have asked questions which I'm going to reply. Somebody said, somebody called Rahul Chaudhary saying, how does one not lose focus from equity investing? I have no clue, but I have been so focused on equity investing that I don't know any other form of investing. I have no clue how to invest in cryptocurrencies. I have very little gold in my portfolio to show. I have very little real estate except the ones which I'm using. So I really don't know. I'm not good for anything other than equity, whether direct equity or through mutual funds. So I'm not a good person to talk about. We love your advice. Thank you. I know about. Yeah, I did a video on PE and I made a mistake of saying earnings goes. Sorry, what did I say? I said. Yeah, I said exactly the reverse. It is the price which goes to the numerator, and I said earnings goes to the numerator. My mistake. I've said that in the video also, where I've explained what is PE, and I made that mistake not once but twice. So I think I should be editing more sensibly, or I should ask somebody else to edit. Such a big mistake. Thank you for thank you, Hari. Thank you, Hari, for pointing it out. Sorry. Passive income, very nicely summarized. Thank you. How long will be with an advisor before switching because of bad returns? You should not switch advisor because of bad returns. You should switch because of other reasons. If he does not push you to make a nomination, if he does not tell you that all the mutual fund units should be held as either or survivor and you should have nominee, if he does not help you switch in the right time, I don't see why a fund advisor should make you stay on in bad schemes simply because of his commission. It can't happen because commissions are more or less same across fund houses, across schemes. A little bit here and there, yes, but not really much. So there is no reason why as an advisor he will ask you to be in a bad scheme. So it is his job to change. If he doesn't change, so his question is, how long should I wait? You should have many criteria for judging an advisor. Returns may be one of the criteria, but it can't be the only criteria. So check that out and then change. That's perfectly all right to change. Or 5-7 years you've been an investor and you've learned how to do it. You don't need an advisor. Then go direct. All those possibilities are there. But yes, but please use some discretion of saying, okay, this is what you did. This is what you should have done. Right? Have a process. And remove an advisor or get a new advisor based on that. So Ruchi Kumari again says, how to create additional income stream. She says, oh, I have been guilty of procrastinating for the last 2 years, and my lame excuse is that being in a corporate job, I am not able to get enough time, etc., etc. Well, glad at least you're on your path and you know what you're doing, so that's good. Nikhil Modi fan, what about withdrawing from SWB from an accumulated corpus of equity fund? I am not a big fan of that. In fact, if you go and search in my blog, and if you search in my vlog, you will find something called the bucket theory. It's not my own theory, it's a theory borrowed from somebody, and I've told you the process. Withdrawing from a fund with a high standard deviation is a very intimidating experience, because you will be withdrawing more when the markets are down, more in terms of number of units, so that will hurt you a bit. So don't try doing that. Bucket theory is what will work. Kannan Hariharan says, I've been listening to your videos for 2.5 years. I cannot describe the benefits I've got. I've reduced the number of missteps. I'm a DIY investor. My portfolio has doubled because of the mistakes that I've avoided. Your vlogs have helped, and blah blah blah. May God bless you. Thank you. I thought there was some question coming. So what kind of would make a video on your career, or would you make a video on your career or steps that you took to become a financial planner? Well, I didn't really actually become a financial planner. I became more of an investor. I did my chartered accountancy. I did my, that's it. I came into equity consulting, became a broker, became an advisor, became a lecturer, run my own videos. So it's not really a great thing, but yeah, I think a good degree in accounting which means chartered accountancy or an MBA with a lot of emphasis on accounting could help. But then you start reading balance sheets, reading newspapers, everything, all kinds of stuff, as much as you can read, understand. Journaling is very important. When you do all these things, perhaps it may helps you become a good advisor, but I do not know how good advisory business is as a profession. That is for you to decide, right? Thanks for doing this Q&A video. Useful to know your views on many matters. I'd like to ask you one question. Last 1 or 2 years, I've saved some money in equity for my teenage kid via 2 mutual fund schemes. I wanted to know whether it is better to continue to hold the investment in my name or better to have it in the kid's name and let it grow itself. I do not mind handling the capital gain so far. I just want to handle the investment how it makes more sense. I'll appreciate any advice. Please understand that if you trust your kids, which all of us should, it's our DNA, we should happily hold the investment in the kid's name. I have held it in my daughter's name and I don't see, it's not scared me. It's a fantastic process of teaching, because when you pick up the statement for your 3rd standard kid and say, look, I have saved so much money for you, it has become so much, I put 20,000 rupees per month SIP, so I put 2,40,000 in a year, so how much should it be? I put 20,000 a month, so how much should it be? So your kid is going to say 2,40,000. Some years it will be 2,60,000, some years it will be 2,20,000. So you are going to teach them standard deviation, you're going to teach them average, you're going to say you don't have to worry when the market goes down, since you're young and you're going to sell this only when you're 65. Keep on saying when you're going to sell this when you're 65. It will mean that kid will not touch it for a very long period of time. May not be 65, at 55 he'll say, oh, my father was bluffing about 65, I can withdraw at 55. Perfectly all right. So teaching the kid the process of compounding, of growing the money, of the habit of saying, look, every month I am putting 20,000 rupees, come what may, rain or shine, I'm putting the money, you know. We bought a fridge, but I still put the 20,000. We bought something else, I still put 20,000. We went on a vacation, I still put 20,000. So teaching them those things happens when you show them a statement. And if you're worried your kid is going to run away with that money, let him run away with 50 lakhs. Anyway, if you've got 10 crores with you, 50 lakhs is fine. So don't worry too much about that. Or maybe you should put it as, after some time you can put it as a joint account. So I don't know, it's never bothered me, so I don't really know. Rushipriya, Rushipriya Panda says, living minimalist and staying blissful and staying contained in the added advantage while planning FIRE. It dramatically reduces the corpus amount required, and as you said, your partner can live with that. Is that the big question? Thanks for sharing. And don't have a partner, and so I'm a social minimalist too. Yes, reducing your expenses is one amazing way of an early retirement, but each person has to choose for himself or herself. If somebody likes to go out and eat in expensive restaurants, they like it. That's all. Don't keep on denying, say, oh, ye nahi karunga, wo nahi karungi, whatever, and say, I want to retire early. Then you will have no clue. And the journey should also be enjoyable. It's not to say that I will enjoy only after I retire and then I don't know what to do because I did not develop any hobbies. All those things you have to do. Living as a minimalist, not living as a minimalist is up to each person, right? So you could have a car and a driver, pay 25,000 rupees salary to the driver. I'm not even talking of the cost of the car and depreciation and petrol and things like that. Or you could say, oh, I'll take an Ola or an Uber every time. It's a question of what suits you, how much you travel, and whether your ego allows you to do that. Once you decide on all that, then you can decide how you want to retire. But yes, living a minimalist lifestyle means you can retire earlier. Maybe you can retire at 42 instead of retiring at 52. But then you should at least know what to do with your time. So managing time, money, things, I mean, understanding that they are all interchangeable. Like if you buy lesser things, you will have more money, that money will grow, so you will have more time in retirement. But during retirement, if you don't know what to do, maybe you might as well spend on those stuff which is giving you happiness and pleasure. So that's individual choice, so I'm not getting into that. Thanks for educating us, Mr. Prem, Mr. Pavan Kumar. We spoke about him earlier. I do an SIP in the, please don't ask me specific questions. I do an SIP in this fund and that fund. I really don't know. I'm not updated. I have to go look at the cost and all that. I don't want to do it. It's not that I can't do it. I don't want to do it. Please find an advisor if you can't do it DIY. If you can do it DIY, that is great. My videos will be of help to you. But if you can't do it for whatever reasons, you don't understand, you're not interested, or whatever reasons, the fact that you've come here, it means at least you're interested. Then find an advisor, but it is your choice, right? Please post a video on senior citizen homes. Look, please understand this. This is good that, or I'll do it in a separate video. Thank you.